Dames and Herren, Meister Jungen, and welcome back to the F1 podcast. I am joined by Alan.
Hola.
So, yeah, it's just me and Alan tonight. You got the pleasure of me and Alan.
Makes a change.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't get sidetracked. Usually I get sidetracked, but...
You get sidetracks? Never.
Canada. Canada or Canada?
Meh.
How much of the weekend did you actually watch?
I got a bit of FP3.
Hmm.
And then obviously the race itself.
Oh, so you missed...
And quali, obviously.
I was going to say... About to say, so you missed quali then. The practice sessions were just usual practice sessions. Apart from Alonso showing true form.
Not just Alonso though.
In
I mean, like I said, I ain't
practice.
got in FP3. Obviously, the weather wasn't great.
No.
But that Aston Martin in FP3 was sublime.
Which driver?
It was up there.
Yeah,
Vettel.
I was got to say, which driver you were talking about? You talking about Stroll or are you talking about Vettel?
Well, Vettel, obviously.
Yeah, but you know what Vettel's like in wet weather.
Yeah, but even he said that car was just amazing. They had the setup just right for it.
Hmm.
Obviously, unfortunately, he didn't carry through in quali.
Oh.
And even he doesn't understand what was going on with it. You know, the pace that they had in FP3 to actually the pace they ended up with in quali was two different things.
Oh, yeah.
To go out in Q1?
I think you were out in Q1.
Yeah, he did. He went out in Q1. It's shocking. You know, okay, he forgot to turn his radio off when he was speaking. But again, it was just night and day. You know, you wouldn't have thought they were in the same car.
Oh. I mean... practice was just... Yeah, practice was just practice. Quali... was quali.
It was interesting.
Quali was quali till Q2.
Yeah.
Now, Perez... No idea what happened, really. With Perez, he just... wasn't on it, but he was on it, but wasn't. So much.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. It was hard because the weather condition wasn't. It was forever changing.
Yeah.
Now we know that happens there. 1 minute it could be one way, next it can be completely different. You know, and the crossover from obviously inters to, or from wets to inters was they were there basically from Q1, I think it was.
Mm.
You know, you could tell the difference straight away, the different speeds. And everything else. Okay, they were doing a few more laps on them to get the best out of them.
Well, yeah.
Unless you're Russell. He decides to go out of slicks, but
well,
it's a gamble. The thing is, though, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
You know, and he's already said, you know, if he had the option to do it again, he would do it again.
Hmm.
even Jenson Button was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And obviously, Button knows him.
Well, yeah, he
Button's
does.
worked with him.
At Williams.
Yeah, you know. So if anybody's making that call, it was Russell making that call. It wasn't the team.
No, Russell made the call. Of course he did.
You know, and under the circumstances, obviously,
It failed.
yeah. Could he have been higher up? I reckon
Yes.
he could have been. Because that car, he was pushing that car.
Oh, yeah.
He obviously we used to call him Mr. Saturday. He's now Mr. Consistence. He's the only driver not only to have scored points every single race so far this season, but he's also finished in the top 5 at every single race so far this season. And that's saying something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's the only one. But
You know, shitbox or not,
yeah,
he's doing something with that car.
Yeah, shitbox or not, he's driving the nuts off it.
I mean, okay, fair enough. Fair play to Mercedes, you speak. They seem to have got that car sort of tuned in a bit better.
An option though, have they really? Since the FIA
Whether
interjection.
you like to admit it or not, Christopher, because we know you don't like them that much.
The Mercedes was looking stronger than it was, but how much is that because of the FIA intervention already?
I don't know, because obviously they both had different setups.
I think they deliberately did the way they. I think they deliberately did it the way they did, so Lewis would get a podium.
See, I reckon if Russell had finished higher up, I reckon he would have got the podium and not Hamilton.
Yeah. But we don't know.
I mean, not to take it away from Hamilton getting a podium, you know, fair play to him, well done, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it did help having Perez go out.
Yeah. And
it worked.
And the problem was, you had to look into consideration as well. Leclerc was starting from the back of the fucking grid.
Yeah, and obviously he didn't do as well as what he thought he would.
No, he was reckoning he was going to be back up there.
But he couldn't pass the cars.
No. Couldn't pass Stroll. Was it Stroll or Ocon?
I think it was both.
Yeah, it was. Probably at one point. And then Alonso. Fucking hell. It's just...
Oh, did you hear the radio message? I think it came through for Alonso, asking about where Hamilton came out.
Mm.
And then all of a sudden, all you heard with his engineer say was, "You know what you have to do."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wonder what that was.
Fucking block him, wasn't it? Make the car as wide as possible. You know their history. Go back to... Was it
Hungary
Imola?
last year.
Was it
Hungary
Hungary
last
or
year.
Imola?
No, it was Hungary last year.
Mm. Where Alonso was holding Hamilton up.
Yeah. And then Ocon went through to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Hungary last year.
Mm. And the McLaren's just
Wasn't
nowhere
there.
near again.
No, they just weren't there.
And I expected them to be, because Canada's a fucking quick track.
I think the problem is they set up for wet. They didn't get the balance right for the dry side of things.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to get that balance just right for the races, obviously, because they knew it was going to be a dry race.
Yeah.
but the balance just wasn't there properly. And that's where I think they fell.
Yeah.
You know, they just couldn't get that balance right, and it just went peaked on for them.
I mean, just going back to Perez and his Q2 crash. He didn't look a big shunt, but it was enough for him to have to go
Yeah,
and he's having to have therapy on his neck, so it's a bit more than whiplash. But I feel sorry for Perez, but his gearbox was fucked. That was the gearbox, that was his last race for that gearbox.
yeah. So he's not going to take a penalty, which is good.
It was the last race for that gearbox, so it was a case of, well, is it going to hold out? Is it not? And unfortunately, it didn't.
No,
I feel sorry for fucking Mick Schumacher. I really do.
I felt sorry for K-Mac.
Oh yeah, but he tangled with Hamilton, didn't he?
It was a racing incident, though.
Yeah, I know, but they still had to black and thingy flag him. But if you
Yeah,
notice,
that. Yeah, but was it really Hamilton's fault? Was it a bit of, you know, it was a 50-50 sort of
no, I'm
thing?
not putting the blame on anybody, but I kind of am, because if you notice, somebody was on the Ocon or somebody was on the radio saying, "Look, there's a bit of bloody carbon fiber." I mean, it would have been seen on the cameras and stuff by the race directors and stuff.
That was the thing. They gave him the black and yellow, black and orange
Black
flag,
and orange.
which it means you have to pit immediately.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He actually did another lap.
Problem was, did he see it?
His race engineer should have told him beforehand, which he didn't.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't hear any of the conversations.
No, well, they told him. They did tell him he had to pit, but I think it also depends on when they issue it.
Yeah. I don't think they issued it straight away.
Oh no, it wasn't. I think they were monitoring it to start off with, because it was the side end plate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That had sort of busted. You know, it could have come out a lot worse. You know, Hamilton could have got a punch from that.
Yeah. But then.
But obviously, they've also got to think, okay, we've now got to work this out properly. We've got to think about this properly. If a little bit of that falls off,
Where's it going to go?
Yeah, I mean, they already had Gary come on track, didn't they, during one of the free practices? That's going to get you now, isn't
it? Gary the Groundhog, and it was.
Yep.
It was FP2.
FP2.
I knew it as soon as you said Gary. I said about Gary the Groundhog in the chat, and give you the clip.
You know,
fucking hell, he nearly got squished by Sainz. Sainz had to hunker on.
How he didn't get squished, I don't know, because it wasn't just one car.
No, there was 3 of them. But yeah.
But the race itself,
obviously, you had Tsunoda as well that didn't finish. You had Perez, Schumacher, and Tsunoda.
Yeah, but the race itself
wasn't thrilling.
It wasn't your usual Canada thrilling race sort of thing.
No.
We know Canada can be quite a thrilling race.
Yeah, and it just wasn't.
I mean, Horner was crapping himself. You know, he's getting visions of what Jensen done to Vettel. in the wet.
Mm.
You know, we got him on the last lap sort of thing because Vettel made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, but again, obviously, the first virtual safety car helped Mercedes out quite a bit because obviously they pitted quite early.
Yeah. Screwed Alonso up completely. Which it did.
Then obviously the second virtual car out, then obviously helps a lot of teams out again because essentially it is like a free pit stop.
Well, it cuts the time down, doesn't it?
Yeah, it halves the time because under virtual safety car you have to go 40% of your race speed.
Yeah.
Or your race time sort of thing.
Mm.
So it does drop it down quite a bit.
I think it's like 9 point. Well, at Canada was about 9.5.
Under virtual safety, yeah. Under virtual safety car it's about 9.5 seconds. 9.5. Under a normal race, it's 19 point something.
Yeah.
So it's literally half of what you would get.
Yeah. It's it was just planning the strategies, and there was a lot of
The strategies were forever changing.
yeah. You know.
You know, you couldn't. I think they knew that they wouldn't be going under Plan A.
No.
That was just not going to happen. I think it was Plan D at one point from one of the Ferraris.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was. Sorry, I was having to double check something. Fastest pit stops for
Yeah.
Canada. So in third place was Vettel.
Yeah.
Second place was Yuki.
Yeah.
Guess who got first?
Russell?
No. Alex Albon
Wow.
at Williams. 2.38 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that was quick.
Red Bull came fourth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were pretty quick.
Hmm. Yeah, because that was it. It was really weird. Going obviously back to P3, you had Alonso, Gasly, and Vettel, Ocon, Ricardo and Norris in 5th and 6th, Russell, Perez, and Verstappen. So Red Bull were well down that order on the
Yeah.
practice, which was really sort of. It was a complete mix up, and then when you came to qualifying, you had bloody like Alonso and that lot, and it was just like there, K-Mag and bloody Mick Schumacher 5th and 6th. Crazy.
But
Oh
we said
yeah,
from the word go
Norris
this season.
DNF, didn't he? Norris DNF'd in Q2.
Yeah, I think he had engine problems. Because from right halfway through, he was going around and saying it's misfiring. He's not got the full power.
Yeah, and he's under Mercedes powered engine. Anyways.
Yeah.
So
But it's just I don't know.
wasn't it Leclerc that got driver of the day?
No, when at Hamilton.
Oh, I think it was Leclerc. Driver of the day for Canada, Charles Leclerc. I've just had a quick look.
Fair enough.
Kind of get why he gets it, but yeah.
Yeah, he got 21.6%. Hamilton got 11.9. Sainz got 10.6. Verstappen got 10.2. Alonso got 6.
It's a shame. Love to have seen Alonso get
Oh no,
more.
sorry. Hamilton got Azerbaijan, didn't he?
Yeah,
He got drove at Baku.
yeah. I mean, Norris didn't finish well. Norris finished in 15th.
Cameron just wasn't there.
Well, Danny Rick, I mean, finished in 11th. He was very close to picking up a point. Vettel didn't
Yeah.
even finish in the top 10.
Oh, and
There's two
Alfa
Alphas.
Romeos.
7th and 8th.
That's what I mean. They just. It's teams at the moment that you don't expect to be up there are there.
Yeah. Leclerc finished 5th in the end. Then it was Ocon, and then Bottas and Guan Yu Zhou. But
Although, did you hear about the Red Bull team having been kicked out of their own garages?
no.
They were evacuated out of their garages.
I
think it was after FP1. Sniff Dog went in.
Yeah. Bomb.
Sniff Dog went in. Don't know. Sniff Dog went in searching.
All right.
It was after the Red Bull.
Yeah, but yeah, like I say, you know, you've got Guan Yu Zhou and stuff, and it's just like, I mean, who actually got the fastest lap?
Science did it if I'm right.
Yeah. 1:15.7.
Because Hamilton had it quite a while.
He did. So, I mean, for the constructors at the moment, obviously it's Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes.
Yeah. But the drivers, again, it's still wide open.
For the driver championship at the minute, yeah.
I mean, I'd say there's a 5-horse race at the moment, if I'm honest.
What, you on about, like, from Verstappen down to Sainz?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't have done, like I say, it's not done Perez any good. His gearbox screwing and him not finishing. Not done him good picking up no points. Because that's put the gap literally a few points between him and Leclerc. So Leclerc could come back second.
Well, that's it. There's only 3 points clear. Perez is only 3 points clear of Leclerc.
Yeah.
So you've got Verstappen 175, Perez 129, Leclerc 126, Russell's 111, and Sainz is on 102. Could you say Hamilton's in the mix?
No.
Not really.
No.
He's on 77 at the moment.
It's between them top 5.
I mean, there's only 3 drivers that haven't actually scored any points this year.
Hulkenberg.
Schumacher, Hulkenberg, and Latifi.
Which is a shame, because Mick might have been on for it. If Haas had not... Okay, the mechanical failure on Mick's car, but if Haas hadn't screwed Magnussen up, he probably could have had points. If Mick's car had been a little bit better, he probably could have had points just by looking at the qualifying.
Yeah.
And if Haas had played their strategy well. But Mick really needs to start scoring. He's trying his best.
Oh yeah, of course he is.
But he needs to start scoring before Haas think about the boot. I don't think they'll boot him. I think they'd probably demote him down to a reserve. But he's, like we say, he's got no chance of being even any Ferrari with his performance right now.
No.
I don't get why he's struggling. Yes, I get why he struggled in the 2021 season because yes, him and Spin brought in, the car was fucking shite. But now the car's not. But yet it's a new era of cars, it's completely different. See, if these cars had been brought in when they were originally supposed to be brought in, and now, maybe things would have been a little bit different.
Well, the cars were supposed to be bought in last year.
Yeah, they were supposed to be last year. But if they'd have been brought in last year, how would this year be right now?
Oh yeah.
It'd be completely different. But I get he's struggling. I get there's, just because he is who he is, there's a lot of I'd say there's quite a lot of pressure on his shoulders because of his name, because of who his dad is.
That's one thing he's always. That's one thing he's always said. He doesn't want to be compared
to his dad. Yeah, and that's, I think, is what the problem is with him. Not with him, but everybody's sort of comparing him to his dad, and he's never gonna be his dad.
Oh no,
he never will be. And I personally just don't want to see him be booted out of Haas. I want to see something come good for him for once.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like I said, they had the shit run in 2021, and he's not had the best for 2022.
No, he hasn't qualified, but when it comes to a race, they just lack it. Yeah. They're just not there.
Well, it's not the fact that it's not there; it's the fact that the car hasn't helped.
No,
the car breaking down didn't help. But it's like it's just the same with Latifi. Since George has gone, Latifi's he's not really anywhere. Again.
No. You would have thought he would have been, promoted number one driver sort of thing. But he's not.
No. I mean, Albon's only got 3 points, but 3 points more than Latifi.
Yeah.
Look at last year. Williams did manage to score points, both drivers. Him and George.
I mean, yes, okay, we're still early in the season. We know that.
Well, we're nearly
halfway.
Well, we're nearly halfway though.
But
I can't.
The places. The problem I've got. My problem at the moment is free practice is free practice. I've seen more action qualifying
than you have in racing.
Than I do in some of the races.
Yeah.
Some of the races where you expect there to be an awful lot going on.
I expected a lot. I expected.
Baku's one of them.
Yeah, there was hardly fuck all. There's more action in Formula 2. But Canada, I expected a few slips at Canada. Yeah, okay, the weather wasn't great. Yes, there was spins and shit, but
again, it just
wasn't thrilling at all.
no. You know, there has been some really good thrilling races in the dry.
Yeah.
But again, just I mean, okay, that Russell's pulling out some really good overtakes in some of the most unusual places where you wouldn't actually overtake.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially around a hairpin.
Yeah, I could see it working though.
It did work.
I
He did it
know.
a few times. But it's not the sort of place you would do it.
No. You'd wait till the straight DRS.
Yeah. Science chasing down Vettel towards the end. Yes, it made it really good. It was
Max.
interesting to watch, you know. Yeah, that's what I
I
meant.
mean,
Yeah. You know, it was interesting to watch.
yeah, he was chasing him
You know.
down, but he nearly had him. But he just.
Oh, he did.
He nearly had him, but the Ferrari just. The Ferrari struggles at its top end.
Yeah.
That's how Max managed to just slightly keep ahead of him. And I wondered why it was quiet from Red Bull to Max.
Yeah, they had really communication problems, didn't they?
Yeah, they couldn't hear each other. Or they could. They couldn't hear. Could they hear him, but he couldn't hear them?
I don't know. I don't think they could hear him.
Hmm.
But that could also mean that he couldn't hear them. I don't know. I reckon he had communication problems his end because there was nothing coming from him.
Yeah. But he still managed, even though he couldn't hear him.
Yeah, you know. He may have been able to hear them, but they couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
You know. It's one of the things nobody will know, sort of thing.
Hmm. But he still managed.
Yeah, he still managed. You know, tyre wise, yeah, the medium tyres weren't great. They dropped off quite quickly.
Hmm.
You know, it's the harder tyre with the best compound there.
Where it'll all change though when it's a Silverstone.
Yeah,
Because of the, like I say, because of the type of track that Silverstone is. I mean, obviously, with David not being here, we can't tell you what the predictions were.
no, of
So,
course you have to wait till the next one for that one.
which will be back to back, actually. Won't it?
Yes,
It'll be Silverstone and Austria back to back.
yes.
And then I'll have to get him to do a recap of the Canada predictions. The British. Obviously, we have to give him the British predictions. And
So, what are your predictions, though?
for Britain.
Yeah,
1 second. I'm actually going to put it in place. So he can write them down. I'm gonna go. I don't. It's a tough one, really. But I'm gonna go Max first. I don't know now. I'd probably say Leclerc. Perez, if I'm honest.
Okay.
Fastest
lap.
lap. I'll probably put Perez down. Yeah, Perez. But I've give them, obviously. Hopefully you understand.
Well,
so what's your predictions?
Max, Leclerc, and Sainz.
And your fastest lap prediction?
Lewis.
Really, Hamilton? Okay, I thought you might have Russell.
No, I reckon Hamilton can do it.
That's the problem. It's a hard one because we know what Silverstone's like. And
it favours that Mercedes, porpoising or not. I don't reckon they'll get the porpoising down there, and I reckon they can run it slightly quicker. And I reckon they'll be. I reckon they'll be up there. I don't reckon they'll be top 3, but they'll definitely be up there. And I can guarantee you they'll be trying to chase for fastest lap at the end. Ooh, interesting.
And that's his predictions for that. So David's predictions for Britain are Verstappen, Perez, Russell, with Verstappen on fastest lap.
Interesting. See, we've all gone the same sort of way, sort of thing with first.
Yeah.
Me and you gone pretty much.
See if it's quick enough.
You and me gone the same first and second. It's just our third and obviously fastest lap.
Max and Leclerc Max and Leclerc, yeah. See, just because Leclerc had a shit Canada doesn't mean he's going to have a shit Silverstone.
No, and that's the thing about this Ferrari. They always come back. They're always up there fighting.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised at Sainz, to be honest. It really was.
If he wasn't starting from the back of the grid, would he finish in the top 3? Yeah, definitely.
There'd have been a scrap between.
There would have been a major scrap between Max, Sainz, and Leclerc.
Yeah.
Simple as.
Oh, yeah. Because Leclerc knows how to drive that Ferrari, apart from for some bizarre reason getting fucking nowhere ball in Canada.
You know, those corners on the where the World Champions is, you know, they were taking completely different lines. They were going on the curb to get the maximum out of that car.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were the only team doing it.
Yeah, but the Ferrari seems to be able to whack the curbs a bit more, because if you noticed at one point you saw Sainz go airborne.
Oh yeah, a few of them did.
His wheels, yeah. A few of them were whacking.
I think Norris done it as well. The McLaren, you know, he went over that bump and he got 3 wheels on the ground.
Oh yeah, he was whacking. That's the problem. We say the cars are quite fragile, but some of them can whack them curbs.
Yeah.
And it's really weird.
100%.
Yeah.
It is weird, you know. The slightest little touches and I get a punchy, they can hit these curves at stupid speed and the car will take it. You know, and it's all carbon fibre, so it's not exactly solid stuff.
No. Because you saw, I think it was Claire or Sainz at one point whack that last chicane where the World Champions is.
Yeah.
It screwed him though. The best one was qualifying, was watching Alonso.
He just.
He threw that fucking car at that last bit though, and the car was sliding. You saw it drift.
Well, that was it. Even Schumacher, his last lap, he said, wasn't his best. He cocked up. He screwed up on the lap. But he still managed to get that car up there.
Yeah.
I'd hate to think if he actually got a decent lap and without screwing up, where he actually would have finished. Would he have been up? Would he have beaten K-Mag?
Possibly.
It's the car's there for them.
They just need to get their act together, and
They just
reliability.
The car's there, especially in qualifying. But come race, they lose it. I mean, Alonso turned around and said, yes, they got up there in qualifying, but race-wise, they're looking around about 6th.
Yeah. Oh, well, he knew he wasn't going to fight Max. He did have a cheeky Alonso, Alonso was being a bit cheeky, if he said he would have had a dive.
Yeah.
If he'd have had a better launch, he'd have been diving on him. But at the end of the day, Alonso, I think that was just a bit of jest. He would have dived for him, he'd have had a thing, because it's Alonso, but at the end of the day, he knew his fight wasn't with Red Bull.
No.
He knew that.
But the grid was a mixed match. It was a misshaped grid. So many drivers out of position.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Yuki and Leclerc was icy anyways.
Well, Leclerc had a complete overhaul, didn't he? Wasn't just the engine. He took everything. If you're going to get a penalty, you might as well do the whole bloody thing, and he did.
Well, Alonso, which we should mention Alonso quickly again, he did get a penalty afterwards.
Yes, a 5-second penalty added on to his time, which dropped him down to P9. So he lost 2 places.
Yeah.
For weaving on the grid on the penultimate lap.
Did he weave?
And you could clearly... No, he was weaving down the back straight. You could actually see it.
Oh well. God knows why, but that's Alonso. But, yeah, once again, the FIA were just... I get why they had to give the red flag for Perez's car in Q2. I get that.
Yeah, that was very bad because obviously they had to get the car away and it's not in the best positions.
No, it wasn't.
And then they had to fix the techno barrier.
Yeah. But didn't see a lot of safety car action.
No.
Is it like...
And I think that's when because obviously watching Perez crash out, he couldn't get reverse. So I think his gearbox was always sort of playing up them because he couldn't get reverse.
Yeah.
I think if he got reverse, he would be fine. Because if you know, although saying that, the way which that front wing went in, because it was actually the marshals actually broke the front wing as they're trying to get it out. As they're trying to get out from under the techno barrier.
Yeah, they broke the wing.
Yeah, they actually broke the front wing on it.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's not their fault.
Well, no, they had to get it out of the barrier.
Yeah.
I think that the teams do understand, the marshals have to... If that front wing, they can't detach the front wing to then just pull the front wing out on its own.
No. And obviously, they can't... So, Perez was sat in his vehicle, he's calling for the marshals to give him a push back. They can't just come out on track.
No.
Not while it's under just yellows. especially the location where it is. Turn 3 is a dangerous location as it is,
Yeah, they were.
especially in the wet.
Yeah, they couldn't do it.
Perez actually straightened up anyway to head for that barrier because it was everything he could do.
Yeah, he was straight. He was trying to cause as little damage as possible.
Yeah,
Really, that's what he was trying to do. Was just minimal damage, which I don't blame him.
no.
So,
But next up it's Silverstone.
yes, and
What did we repeat last year?
I doubt it. Because it'd be two different drivers. If it does, it'll be Max and friggin' Leclerc. But I think Leclerc is more than wise enough maybe to back out of cops.
I'm not going down that route again.
No. When is... Oh, no, it's Austria, sorry. Austria will be a little bit longer as well. That podcast will be a little bit longer because Austria... Sprint.
Yes, it will be.
And that'll be a back-to-back podcast. So Silverstone and Austria will be back-to-back.
And unfortunately, I will not be here for it due to having other commitments.
Yeah. So it'll be me and David.
Yes.
It'll be me and David for Hungary as well, won't it? It'll be me and David for Hungary.
Well, you got France after that.
Yeah, it'll be me and David for that though.
Yeah. But you go for Silverstone, Austria, and France, and I'm hoping, touch wood, I should be back for Hungary.
Yeah. Then what have we got? Belgium.
Well, then we've got a month off.
What, after Hungary?
Yeah.
Oh, it was after Belgium.
No, it's after Hungary.
Oh, okay. It's a month, then it'll be a month break then for us as well. God, what the fuck am I gonna do with myself?
I know. It's bad enough when they finish the season,
Yeah.
It's when they take you summer breaks, they don't understand the fans and people like us, we have nothing.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, there is other motorsport racing out there, we know that, but the F1 fans and us, it's just there's nothing there for us. We have nothing.
oh,
Yeah, we can sit there, we have the news and things like that, but
we'll have a game.
a month out racing, we will have the game.
We'll have a game, so that'll keep us occupied for the month.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah. Anything else you want to finish? Add before we finish?
No, like I said, I'm just obviously come Silverstone. You can't really predict it properly. It's fast corners. It's going to be an interesting one.
I doubt we'll have any S-Ben shenanigans.
Nope. But who knows? These cars they are completely different this year. Yes, they're able to follow close, a lot closer than normal. But again, it's lacking something.
Yeah, it's not been.
Yes, there has been some good races out there so far this season. Don't get me wrong, but these last few they've just been so
Dull.
Yeah.
Not as exciting as they were. It's like they've gone step backwards.
I mean, yes, okay, the team's saying, still getting used to the cars and things like that. But you should take it wrong. I understand. Okay, they've had a year development, an extra year's development on these cars, but it's all well and good developing the cars. Is when the drivers actually get the first chance to use the cars and get them out on track and race them. It's completely different.
Oh well. I've got nothing to add, so we'll finish this one here. So, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Yep, we shall be back in what,
Couple of weeks.
2 weeks or so, a couple of weeks for the next podcast.
Yeah.
Don't forget you can follow us on Twitch. All links are in the description, and we shall see you next time. So until then,
Adios, amigos.
goodbye for now.